What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So once again, we're going to have a little bit of a showcase video for the brand new 8th anniversary Super Sugo-Fest exclusive double character, Yamato and Ace, which I know is definitely the fan favorite character of the anniversary debuting Legends, and this character lives up to the hype. This is a very fantastic character that I think is going to be a character that people will use for many months to come. So in this video today, we have a couple of different clips. We've got the first one just against Doflamingo, because I hadn't actually completed it with a strength team yet, so I just decided to go ahead and record it with this team and see how it went, and this is the clip that we have. The secondary clip is actually against an arena piece of content versus Arena Luffy. You'll see how we get through that content in just a moment, and then the final clip of the video is once again a Garp challenge, but we're actually using a full dual unit team of strength and dex to clear a piece of content versus the Navy Garp challenge actually. So you definitely want to stick around for that, because we get through it very, very effectively. It's a very nice team to get through it. So let's go ahead and start talking about Yamato and Ace, talk about the positives, or what I don't like about the character as well. So first of all, the thing that a lot of people didn't really know heading into this Sugo-Fest, because with the initial data that we had known about this character that was shown in the Yoshi producer video, we only knew the combined captain effect. We didn't know the solo captain effects of this unit, but now that we actually have the information, the solo captain effect of this unit is just as good as any other legend that you'll see in today's day and age. So both captains have a multiplier of reaching 5.25 times boost, so long as you continuously hit your perfects. So it's a range of 4.55 to 5.25, so a pretty decent range honestly, and again, that is in solo form. Also, both of them have the health boost, and also both of them have a really nice defensive style effect. So you've got Yamato, which reduces damage taken by 20%, whereas Ace provides 2 times healing, 2 times his recovery is healing at the end of every turn for every perfect that you hit. And the other key component about this unit that a lot of people didn't know is that in both solo forms, they both reduce bind and special bind by 10 turns. Yes, you heard that correct. Both solo forms reduce bind and special bind. Initially, we thought that, one captain would reduce bind and the other one would reduce special bind, but that's not what has happened. Both of them will reduce both different debuffs by 10 turns, which makes this character substantially more powerful, as you don't have to worry about, being in a certain color to ensure that you get around a debuff. You'll just have it automatically, passively all the time, which is just exceptional. So the combined captain effect obviously takes the components of both captains, having the utility, having damage reduction, also having the healing capabilities, and the higher multiplier of reaching 5.5 times boost to Free Spirit, Shooter, and Striker characters. Great that they boost so many different classes as well. You've got the Free Spirit for the brand new Luffy batch related stuff, you've got Strikers for the Kaido related stuff, and then Shooters because it makes sense for the Ace character of the batch, but honestly, the fact that this character boosts Shooters is just kind of extra. You just get a lot of just additional bonus characters that you can use with this character. And then you've got their switch effect, which on initial reading I actually really love. However, after actually using this character in content, I'm actually not really the biggest fan of their switch effect, right? So the swap will just initially give you an ignition effect where it does 30 times the character's attacker's damage as ignite damage at the end of the turn, and you also get a 1.6 chain boundary effect, and they give themselves a matching slot that goes through block slots, which is pretty good. And then of course their super swap, which allows you to get the guaranteed ignite status through immunity buffs, and then you get the 2.5 chain boundary for 2 turns, and then they give themselves the matching slot. So while this is all good, when you're actually using this in an arena or a clash, for example, when you want to get their super swap charged up, the ignite damage that is dealt to the enemy is actually pretty substantial. It kills turtles, all those high defense mobs it will kill, but it also will deal with a lot of generic mobs, which is really unfortunate. In this clip here you're seeing right now versus Luffy, I was aiming to use their switch effect first, but with my initial recording, I actually did the switch effect on turn 1, and it KO'd the whole stage. It KO'd all turtles and regular mob characters. So you do have to be very cautious of that, because getting their super swap, I think, in regular content may actually be pretty difficult. So, on paper, while it does sound very good, the fact that you do have to worry about just killing mobs before you actually reach the final boss stage, or before you reach reach your stall, that honestly could be a big issue for this unit. But if you are able to get everything working as you had planned, then this switch effect in tandem with their special is pretty freaking amazing. As their special ability will provide you a -2 cooldown to the characters of Free Spirit, Shooter, and Striker. Unfortunate that they don't have the crewmate effect to resist special reverse, would have made this character infinitely more useful. However, they do have a multi-stage special where stage 2 reduces 2 turns of cooldown, stage 1 reduces 1. So realistically, you know, if you get 1 turn of special reverse, they go down to stage 1 instead of stage 2, and you can still use it to get around 1 turn of special reverse in a way. But they also do pretty good AoE damage as well, like they do a crazy amount of damage. And then they also provide you a conditional boost against characters that are inflicted with the ignite status, which of course they provide with their swap and super swap. And they also provide you with a 2.75 times attack boost to Free Spirit, Shooter, and Striker characters. So I like the fact that they provide a very substantial attack boost that can be stacked with other really cool effects as well. Works very well with both of the other characters that debuted alongside them, with Kaido and also the Luffy character, but great synergy with other characters that we already have in the game, such as like Sabo and Ace, for example. You can have you know, that as a hybrid option to have you know, Despair, Bind, Special Bind Removal, some really cool effects with just the captains. But then you've got Ace and Sabo, which can provide color affinity with their switch, as well as a full board of slots with their super switch, and they've got an orb boosting special, and then you've got this to be an attack boosting special, conditional boost. So just that synergy together is going to be very fascinating to see how people can kind of utilize that in content, which is super awesome. I really do like that. And, you know, they can just partner up really well with a lot of other really strong units. The fact that they do have chain boundary with their switch is also pretty valuable, meaning that you could have other characters that do really great chain boosting effects to stack on top of it. So there's lots of options here for Ace and Yamato. But then you've also got their last tab, or their final tab, which in my opinion is a little underwhelming. I think a lot of people would kind of agree to that, because if you do have their chain boundary active on the final boss stage, and you're trying to do as much damage as you possibly can, when you actually get to that point where you're using their final tap with the chain boundary, chain boost, and everything, if your final tap is not leveled up to a certain point, it is actually more efficient to kill the enemy with another character on your crew. And while yes, if you do have this character at level 5 final tap, giving you an 8.0 chain bound, or chain set, basically, when they attack, an 8 times chain is actually pretty good, and in more cases than not, an 8 times chain is going to be more accessible and more damage than you would normally get. But the thing is that you're kind of hitting a really low ceiling, because who knows what comes out in the future. Their final tap is definitely the weakest component in terms of overall damage potential, because especially at lower levels it's just not really that useful. But at higher levels, of course, that is going to be really nice. But who knows what comes out in the future, because there may be more chain related units that come out that'll just further exceed this unit. But of course, at the end of the day, you don't have to attack with this unit last in your combat chain. You can attack with someone else and it's going to be just as fine, right? Of course, it's a very minor issue, but it is kind of annoying that an ability that is very difficult to max out doesn't really provide the buffs that you would really expect or really like want from a unit like this. But what you guys are seeing right now is the Strength and Dex dual unit team to take on the Navy Garp challenge. Previous to the anniversary Sugo-Fest, we actually had a pretty good Strength and Dex team that could already clear this content, but Ace and Yamato just make the team even better, because it just gives you a really nice ignition effect that you can use to help you clear some of the mobs out, but also having a really powerful special ability that can give you a huge attack boost. And also, if you do get the ignition effect activated, you can get a conditional boost on top of it. It's a really nice addition to this team that makes it a much more stable team for clearing the content. And of course, Ace and Yamato have actually okay supports as well, so it just opens up a couple of different avenues for support effects, for making the teams a little bit easier to use. But all that being said, that is going to wrap up this video today. I really hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
それが弟の夢の果てなんだ。